Travis, right?
Yes.
So Travis, you're in the dungeons of San Diego Comic-Con right now.
Yes.
You are surrounded by a bunch of strangers. You see some of your fellow teammates here, but what do you have to say as someone sticks a microphone in your face?
Well, first I would say, is that edible? And do you mind if I take a bite out of it? And if you do mind, that's fine. I'm just going to need to pat you down for weapons, so I'm sure that will not take my life or that of my friends. But that would be it. See, my character's great because I'm the dumbest character in the party. So anything that pops into my head is okay because he's a moron.
Oh, I guess we're playing with voices. I'm supposed to respond like, "Oh, okay."
There you go. Yeah, you sound like you belong with me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, anyways, how long you been doing this, and why is it so fun for you?
Right. Gosh, we started a little over a year ago. We had never played Dungeons and Dragons before. We were not one of those, kids. There were many in our group that had played in elementary school, middle school, high school. We always knew about it, but we had never played. But being in the voice acting community, all these actors that we know had played or told us about it, and they would rave about how much fun it was using their imagination. And there was like this bizarre curiosity, what it would be like. And so one of our guys, Liam O'Brien, on his birthday said, like, for my birthday, I would like to have my friends over, have a bunch of drinks, and play Dungeons and Dragons. We were like, what? You want to what? So we did. And for about the first 30 minutes, there was kind of like this sticking your toes in the pool process. What? How serious are we going to take this? And then all being actors, we of course decided to make complete assholes of ourselves and make voices and do all sorts of weird shit. And we did it like once every 2 or 3 months when we would have time after that. And it kind of went on for like 2 years that way. Nothing super serious. And then Felicia Day asked if we would be interested in coming and performing on her Twitch channel. And we said, wait a minute, it's a streaming service on the internet where people are going to watch us play D&D for 3 hours? Yeah. Nobody's going to want to watch that. And sure enough, they did. And we thought it was mostly because a lot of us get to work in animation or video games. We thought maybe they were just tuning in to see that. And the next week there were more, and the next week there were more, and it just continued on that way until it is where it is now. And all of a sudden nobody wants to die, and we're like super protective of this thing, our imaginary characters that only exist in our heads and everyone else's.
So what role do you play in this game?
Right, I play Grog Strongjaw. He is a Goliath barbarian with intelligence of 6. He loves fighting, women, and ale.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So why do you love the game so much?
I mean, I was really intimidated because you see this giant book, right? This player's handbook that comes with D&D. I'm like, I was told there would be no math. I'm not super brainy. I don't want to do a bunch of addition. I don't know the name of spells. I've seen a lot of classes, and the barbarian just has a blunt weapon and hits shit. That's it, right? Yeah. And especially having an intelligence of 6, I was like, oh good, I'm an idiot and I can just hit things. This is a win-win. So for me, I really fell in love with it when our dungeon master, Mercer, when we were playing at our house, we would have these little side adventures, and he would be like, come over here and talk to this character that you've just encountered in the tavern. And I was like, like, you want me to get up and walk over here? He goes, yeah, come over here. And he's like, well, how would you like to proceed? And I was like, I can do whatever I want. And he goes, yeah, you can do whatever you want. I go, I want to grab him by the throat and pick him up in the air and slam him against the wall. And he immediately goes like, so what do you want of me? And I was like, oh shit, this is amazing. So aside from being a little inebriated, it was just like getting to play pretend and having an excuse to do that. And for me, I just show up every week, and it's literally the first and or second thing that pops into my head in any situation, and that's what comes out. And that's like the easiest job in the world. Don't have to worry about talking smart,
Yeah. Have you ever tried to play other games here, like Pathfinder, Magic the Gathering, and such?
Yeah, when we started, we were actually playing Pathfinder. And then when we started on the stream, he said he wanted to move to 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons because it had remedied some of the problems with the older modules. I don't know. I'm not the expert. So we've played those two things. And then we recently played a one-shot of something called Deadlands for a charity stream. And so, the basic backbone is there, and all the branches and everything else like that are different. But yeah, I think we've played 2 or 3 different systems now.
Awesome. And the ultimate test, Gen Con. I mean, we're here at San Diego Comic-Con, but Gen Con is the true gaming convention. You gonna be there?
We're going to be there. We're going to be there, and we're actually doing a live show on Saturday, August 6th for a big Symphony Hall house. It's a big endeavor that we're trying out. Some of us have never even been to Gen Con for Indianapolis, and that's kind of like, oh, we're going to do a live show at San Diego Comic-Con without ever having been there. We don't know what to expect. We know it's RPG heavy. That's where the community of game people are. So we're excited, and we're at the same time kind of going, what are we doing? Yeah.
Okay, and just to wrap it up, could you talk about your non-D&D projects or your voiceovers?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we are. We have the blessed opportunity to be very, very busy voice actors. Laura Bailey, my wife, and I are both in Telltale's Batman game. She's playing Selena Kyle and Catwoman. I'm playing Harvey Dent. I think the first episode comes out in early August. We're in the 4th season of Avengers Assemble on Disney XD, which is great. Sonic Sonic Boom season 2 is coming out. It's hard to remember all of the things that we're allowed to talk about and those that fall under the King James Bible of our NDA.
Right.
But I think that's about it.
Okay, hey, awesome. Hey, pleasure been
My
speaking with
pleasure.
you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Okay,
Cheers.
thank you.
Yeah.